Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Sunday, the 22nd of October. Well, a quick recap on Saturday's performance. Well, finally, we got an over 2.5 goals treble up. It made £17. It's a lot less than normal because I had Manchester City, which were 2 to 5. On the day, I do believe we staked £23, and I think we got £25 or just over £25 back. If you got this pretty much the same price as what I did, but. So, we was very unlucky yesterday. This isn't like sour grapes or anything like that, but we had two horses that both lost by a nose, 15 to 2 and 7 to 2. Both those horses going past the line at regular speed looked as though they'd got there or held on. When in the super slow-mo, you can see that they just got the shocking bad luck really by what are the other one's head going down just in time, or our horse's head coming up. It was. I was actually laughing because it was like, really, is this really happening? So it would have been a very, very nice, profitable day because we would have had obviously Harbour Vision won 6 to 1 in the last race. Unfortunately, the nap of the day was drawn on the wrong side. I got that one wrong. Glorious Angel 15 to 2 lost by a nose. Paco's something. Jack Mitchell put his whip down, but I think it was tying up to be fair. But it just got collared on the line, and that was 7 to 2. So it would have been a very, very nice day to be fair. So let's get into it. So I've gone for Milton Harris. Obviously, it's not every day that people have trainers have 4-timers, but I think I've looked at his horses. He's got 5 actually on Sunday. All 5 are 6 to 1 or lower. So every single one of them has got a chance. I've had 4 of them because, I'll tell you why I've had 4 of them, because at the start of the jump season, well, I don't know technically when it starts, but this is when you tend to look at the jumps, the proper jumpers, like when the ground starts turning like slower. But it isn't that slow at Kempton yet. It's good ground, so you will get flat ground performers that still run okay up until the ground changes, and then it tends to be the proper natural hunt horses. So it is soft ground at Sedgefield, so it kind of blows that theory out the window. But this horse has already ran on slow ground. It stays a trip, so I'm going to go through it. So what I've had is I basically emptied my account. I had my £8, whatever the returns were yesterday from the Lucky 63. So I've had a 19p each way Yankee, and basically I was going to have 50p each way on all the horses. One of them isn't an each way price, but I've just had it anyway. So 50p each way singles. I've had to put a little bit more on one, otherwise it would have left 1p in the account, and we don't want that. And I've also had a 19p each way Yankee. So the first selection is Latin Verse at 5 to 1 in the 145 at Kempton, paying 4 places instead of 3. This one jumped shockingly last time. I hope it improves its jumping this time around. It is pretty much flat bred. It has got okay form on the flat, and I think in a race where there's a lot of horses that are inexperienced, I think this one could push them. And Milton Harris, like I said, has got an excellent strike rate at the beginning of the season when the flat horses go jumping. The second selection is at Sedgefield, and it's Fakir at 4 to 1 in the 5 past 2 at Sedgefield, paying 3 places instead of 2. I haven't looked this time because I'm pretty sure I'm right, but Milton Harris, I do believe, has got his best strike rate at Sedgefield, and he does travel a long way to send his horses there. I may be wrong, but it's definitely right up there. Sedgefield is in the win strike rate record of his horses, so he's sent 2 there. Fakir is ridiculously well handicapped. It had a poor season after winning on its reappearance. It came from the Gordon Elliott stable, but they didn't have it very long. And it was either somebody like John Joseph O'Hanlon or Joseph O'Brien that had it before. It doesn't really matter, but it was rated a lot higher than what it is now. I think it rated 120, 130 at one point. It's not getting on. It's not that old. It's perfect. I think it's 8 years old. So if you could get a nice tune out of it, they've proven it can run well fresh by winning at Fontwell. I think it was over 2 mile 5. This horse is extremely well handicapped, and as I said, Milton Harris normally starts the season very strongly. So I'm expecting it to be fit and well handicapped, and you can't go too far wrong with that. He just needs to be given a proper ride. It is a conditional jockeys race, by the way, and Tristan Durrell is not bad. Third selection is Swiss Money at 9-4 in the 240 at Sedgefield. I know it's not within each way price, but I've chucked it in the mix. I think it's got a cracking chance of winning. Personally, I think it's just got to beat the David Pipe trained horse. Will it? I don't know, but it's in the Racing Post ratings. It's achieved. They both ran once over hurdles, and it's achieved a slightly higher mark than the David Pipe runner. I do think David Pipe could have a good season this season, but hopefully our horse wins this race today. The horse is Swiss Money at 9-4. And finally, Songo at 11-2 in the 255 at Kempton. Normally, I wouldn't back this profile of a horse. It's carrying it's either a double or triple penalty, and you do not want that normally. However, there are question marks over a lot of the horses, and also the horses that are the main danger. I'm quite pleased to see that some of them are carrying penalties as well. So this horse isn't quite as penalised. Well, it's still penalised the same, but obviously if other horses are penalised, it softens the blow slightly. So I think Songo will make the run in, and hopefully, because it's been running over 1 mile 6 on the turf, so I think it should be a decent stay. It's one of them like relentless gallopers. So once it gets to the front, hopefully it gets an easy lead, and it can just jump them into submission. So the very best of luck. In fact, just give me a second, and I shall have a look what meeting it is tomorrow, and you'll know if there's going to be any selections. So obviously this wasn't planned. So right, very shortly we'll know if Pontefract's on. To be fair, it could be a quiet week this week. I will look to see how Pontefract, if it's on, Pontefract's if any selections. But then I'll probably give you some Southwold and Wolverhampton selections if I can find horses in those races. Carlisle, I do like Carlisle over the jump as long as they're biggish fields. So yeah, so I'm expecting, as long as Pontefract's on, you could well get selections for Monday and Thursday, and then obviously I'm guessing Friday and Saturday. So the very best of luck, Charlie Winters. Give me a like or a comment if you can, please. The very best of luck, Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.